Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Mohamed Camara. We back at it again, man. You already know what it is. I do want to talk about in this video just my backstory, because in this last video I posted, about the moment of honesty. I've asked you guys, what videos do y'all want to see? What topics y'all want to hear about? And a lot of you was kind of responding in the sense of, yo, how did you actually get started with dropshipping? And that video that I named, like, from 400 to 1.3 million, that story was posted like a year ago. Like, honestly, like a year ago from today. So I figured I've gained a lot more people in the audience that don't really know my full story and how I got started. So I'll just do another one of these videos right here, but kind of outlining how I got started, because I know a lot of y'all are in a position where you want to get started with dropshipping, but you just don't know how to go about it. I'm gonna tell you right now that there's no perfect way to go about it, but I'm gonna tell you how I got started, and you see how you wanna, what you wanna pick and apply from that situation. But before I actually get into my story, I wanna go ahead and do a giveaway in this video, all right? So every video from now on, I'll try and do some sort of giveaway where one lucky person can actually win an opportunity to just be in Ecom Bootcamp 2.0 and receive my mentorship absolutely free. Otherwise, you'd have to pay, right? And that's gonna be in the link below. But to enter the giveaway, all you gotta do is comment down below Money Mafia, hashtag Money Mafia inside the comments. What I'm gonna do is in the next video, I'm gonna pick a random comment selector, and it's gonna pick one lucky person, and then you just send me your email. I'll add you into the program absolutely free. That's usually worth $497, all right? So you're gonna get a $500 program absolutely free just for showing some love on this video. Go ahead, like the video already. You know it's gonna be a banger, right? If you're not subscribed to the Money Mafia, I'm sorry, you won't qualify. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and go ahead and comment down below. Hashtag Money Mafia, man. Let me know what's up. Show some love. But as for this video, man, how did I get started? I guess the best way to get started with this vid is to kind of, instead of telling you how I got started from the moment I got started, is actually back up maybe a year from when I got started and talk about what led up to me getting started, right? I've started dropshipping exactly 3 years ago today. Like, honestly, May 23rd, 2017 is when I opened my first online store with Shopify. The way I got started was, going back that year, I was actually a junior in college. So this is May of 2016. What was going on is I had an internship. So I was in college, right? It was my third year, and I was usually playing football throughout the year in college. But as time went on, I was getting closer to my career stage where I was gonna graduate. So I'm like, yo, I gotta actually do some internships and stuff like that. So what I decided to do was, I got this internship because I was doing like pharmaceutical business in college. It was a summer internship, so I end up going to this internship, and I'm working in the finance department. It's like 70 other interns, but lucky for me, because I was in the finance department, I was in the administrative side. So I was a little bit closer to the CEO's office. And this is downtown New York, so this is a $1 billion company, and I'm just happy to be an intern at the time. And at that point in my life, I was convinced that I wanted a job. I wanted to work like a traditional 9-to-5, just make a salary of $50,000 a year, because at the time that sounded real good. But then, like 4 weeks into the internship, you lose kind of that steam. Like, you're like, oh, this is dope. But then it just gets repetitive, right? You just sitting there and you in a cubicle the whole time, and it's just kind of a repetitive, dreadful thing. And what I noticed is that people's smiles were starting to get faker and faker. Like, people would go to work and you could see that they're unhappy internally, but for some reason they'd still, fake smile at you, or you just know they don't want to be there. It's not their life's calling. It's not it's not why they wanted to be there. You feel me? Nobody wants to work for somebody else, especially if you're doing finance, crunching up numbers in an office, counting how much money another business is making. But with that being said, don't think that I just slacked off and did a bad job. If you work in a 9 to 5, it is your decision to work that 9 to 5. And my parents always told me, yo, if you're gonna do something, nobody forced you to be there. You better do it to the best of your ability. You know, I ended up doing my job very well just because I knew what I was signing up for. But because I was so close to the CEO's office, I went in there one day, like after my shift, try to just build a connection, because I knew that's also what the internship was about. It's not just the work. You want to make the connection. And he's like, yeah, come on in, blah, blah. We sit and he's like, look, this internship is going to teach you a few things. It's going to teach you whether this is something that you do want to do or if it's something that you don't want to do. And either one is completely fine. And I didn't expect that answer from him because, of course, I'm thinking from his standpoint, he wants to recruit good talent. You know, and as far as I'm concerned, I think I'm good talent. So when he said that, I was like, the possibility of realizing that this is something I probably don't want to do opened up to me. Feel me? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, cool. I took that in. And from that point on, for the rest of the internship, I started thinking, yo, is this something that I'd be wanting to do for 40 years? Do I want to work a 9 to 5 job, go from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day to count another company's money for 40 years just so I can have just enough money in my bank account to buy the house of my dreams or the car of my dreams by the time I'm 60 years old? And I faced the hard truth that was not what I wanted to do. And at that point, everything I did started leading up to me becoming more and more of an independent entrepreneur that was going to be self-sustaining. I was going to make my own money. I was going to create my own lifestyle. So still, I had one more year of college left. I end up going to college, playing football now. So my time is really occupied in football. This brings me into fall of 2016, going into 2017, right? So at this point, football is over. So now it's like spring-ish. I'm still in school and, you know, I'm a senior now. So getting closer to graduation, getting closer to actually getting my degree, which I paid a lot of money for, honestly. There's nothing occupying my time. I got this whole spring semester to really think about what I actually want to do now. What I end up doing was I started my business called Camara Cloths. And this was a t-shirt business where I kind of took African print designs. You know, it was kind of going to be my first push at being an entrepreneur and doing this whole thing myself. So I started selling those tees on campus. It did pretty well. It did very well, actually. You know, people responded very well to it. And I knew that I was... Hold on. Somebody at my... Oh, that's not my door. But I knew somebody was... I knew that it was a good business. It was being marketed very well. Word to mouth was working. But I wanted to take it a step further. I wanted to reach scale, right? And what I didn't realize at the time is I didn't have scalability on campus. I was just selling to friends in my inner circle. And if you're asking, how did I fund this business? Or how much money did I need to start this business? I started with a few $100s. I bought in bulk, like for $300, I got like 100 different tees of different colors. It was like white, black, gray. I got red and navy blue. And I started stitching those together with some of the African print designs that I had laying in my house. And I bought a sewing machine and I learned how to sew just so I can sell these t-shirts. An example of learning a skill just so I can get to my end goal, which was sell these t-shirts and start my business. But again, the scalability wasn't there. I wasn't able to reach as many people as possible. And I was sitting on a lot of inventory. I didn't like that I was sitting on inventory because, you know, a lot of sizes didn't sell. And I was just sitting there. That's the worst thing ever, is if you just sitting on money that you looking at, you know, you just spent this money to buy these shirts, but you're not selling them. At the same time, I'm working a job at Victoria's Secret, okay? And this is the craziest thing to say right now, but I was a sales specialist at Victoria's Secret. And for those who don't know, That's like a women's lingerie store. You know, I got a referral from a friend and I end up working that job. I worked there for 5 months. That was the longest job I've ever had in my life. It was 5 months. I never worked a job before that. I never worked more than 2 months. It was all just summer jobs, and then I did sports throughout the school year. This is like the whole spring semester going into the summer and graduation. And what happened was I was missing out on money because I couldn't reach a lot of people with my t-shirt business, right? That I was funding through Victoria's Secret and working at that job. So I told myself, how am I gonna solve this problem of selling to more people, just getting the world to know about it? And it led me to the internet. Okay, so I went to the internet and I figured that I'm gonna need to start an online store because one, an online store could work for me 24 hours out of the day. Two, you can sell to 100 people within 1 hour, or you can sell to one person within an hour. That was different because if I'm selling these t-shirts in person, I have to be at this location at one point. I have to be at this location at one point. I can't be at multiple places at once. The internet allows you to do that. So all of this scalability and the idea was starting to come to me that, yo, this is where I need to be. And I have some money saved up from Victoria's Secret, the job I was actually working, and I have some money saved up from my t-shirt business, the few sales I was making. I think it added up to about, you know, a little over $400. But I also had tons of bills and just dumb shit coming from just being a college student. So those are eating into my profits and things like that. But nonetheless, I had a little bit of wiggle room or cash at that time to start advertising. So I simply did a Google search and I said, how do you start an online store? And I came across videos of drop shipping. Now, keep in mind, I'm thinking there's 24 hours this store could be open. I can sell to multiple people at once. I can reach the world globally. Right? I don't have to just limit myself to the location I'm in. I can sell to people in Africa. I can sell to people in France. Now dropshipping comes along and I'm seeing that some of the benefits of dropshipping is that you don't need to carry inventory. And that's one of the things I hated the most. So now there's really 4 reasons why I want to pursue this whole online business space in the first place. I end up doing that. I end up doing it, and with no hesitation at all, I started my store. And I didn't start with the products that I had because I still had inventory and I didn't want to deal with that. So what I did was I just started like browsing trendy products because I figured, all right, I'm gonna sell something that's trendy right now, and in the future, while I make money from that, I'm gonna reinvest that back into my t-shirt business. That is actually something that it was a product that I cared about. Right, so that was the only difference, is that you're selling a trendy product and a product you care about. So I put my Camara claws business to the side a little bit, and then what happened? I had $400, right? So I took that and I spent $5 a day on ads. Only $5 a day. At the time, I was selling like a jewelry product. I was selling like a necklace or something, because it was trendy. So easy to start your store, so easy to run Facebook ads back then. Still is easy now, but not as easy as it was before. Which is why I'm telling everybody, start now, because these advertising platforms are only gonna get harder. That's a little bit besides the point, but still, I started running these Facebook ads and I started seeing this product working. A sale came in for $16.92. To this day, I remember the exact amount of that sale, coming from my dropshipping store with Shopify, right? It was the craziest feeling. That first sale, the feeling behind that will never be replicated, ever, because it showed me that it was possible. You might be in a state right now where you hear a lot of people making money online, you hear a lot of people starting these crazy profitable online businesses, but you're not gonna believe it as much until you do it and you get the revenue from it yourself. And that notification come in on your phone saying, yo, you just got paid. Somebody paid you for the product that you decided to sell. And this is summer of 2017, right? So this was in the mix of me actually applying for jobs too. But I was getting denied all these jobs for whatever reason. I'm not gonna get into that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm applying to all these jobs that I'm not passionate about. All these business, corporate jobs where I'm getting $50,000 a year, or I can focus on this business that has potential, right? And I can bet on myself. So a lot of what y'all need to do right now, if you're looking to get into this space, is you gotta bet on yourself, okay? And you can't just say I'm betting on myself and then your actions prove otherwise. No, you can't just say you betting on yourself and then you go and then you happily work that 9-to-5 job because it gives you that comfort and that security, and you can rely on that check every week. By all means, even I needed to get some money to start off with. And at the time, that was $400. Nowadays, I'd say start off with around $500 to $1,000 so you can have enough room to advertise. But that's really the only cost that you're gonna need at first to take care of is your advertising costs. That besides the point, I was searching for all of these jobs to work at, and I had to make that decision to bet on myself, and I did. And what happened when I did, I stopped pursuing jobs. Okay, I told my mom, look, you know, I know you're not happy with this decision, but I'm gonna go all in on this store right now. I'm gonna take the money that I do have left, and I'm gonna invest. And mind you, I did lose or not even make profit in my business until about a month later, right? So I kept selling these t-shirts on the side. I kept doing that so that I could fund this. And the time that I finally did, I remember I did about $800 in one day with that same necklace. I did $800, and I realized this is gonna pay me 10 times more than that job that I turned down, right? But I could only realize that the moment I bet on myself. This is scary. It's a scary transition. I know it is, okay? But that's the thing. You take big risks, you're gonna get those big returns. And with all the resources out there, with all the resources on my channel alone, it's very possible for you to get a profitable online store going. And mind you, at the time, I had to buy a domain. I had to spend money on the website name, right? I had to spend money on the actual Shopify subscription. But nowadays, you could get a domain for $1 for a whole year. Nowadays, with the pandemic going on, Shopify is not even charging people for 90 days. You got 3 months so that you can start your online store absolutely free. And you might be saying, why? Why is Shopify doing that now? Well, guess what? If Shopify could get everybody interested in Shopify right now, right? And your store is successful on Shopify and you make sales, Shopify gets a percentage of the sales, a small percentage to where you're still profitable, of course, but they want to eat too. And I will happily pay Shopify for the services they provide, the analytics they provide, the customer data hub that they give you so you can manage all your customers, you can manage all the orders. They give you a store that works for you 24/7. You're getting that absolutely free. This is the time we live in. And that's what I'm saying. It's a great time to be black. It's a great time to be alive, period. Because all these opportunities are at our fingertips. It's just whether you decide to bet on yourself or not and put yourself in a position to actually take advantage. Nobody's gonna go and build your business for you. You the only one that could do that. That's just a little story of how I got started. But, you know, up until this date, I would have never guessed that 3 years down the line, I'd be doing Shopify to this level, to the level where I can afford a penthouse. I would have never guessed that 3 years down the line, I'd be making multiple millions of dollars in revenue, equivalent to the amounts of revenue that I was counting for this company while I was working an internship. I'm counting that for myself now. You feel me? Millions of dollars in revenue, millions of dollars made by students. You know, it's crazy how much your life could change the moment you actually take the leap. Take the leap, man. And what I like to say is, yo, take the leap and build your wings on the way down. Just jump and build your wings on the way down, because you don't know what's gonna happen. I just wanted to make enough more money than I was gonna make at a job. But what happened, I took it seriously, I bet on myself, and the payout was far more than just that, right? It's because I did something that actually made me happy, so a decision that I wanted to make. You know, I hope this encourages some of you who are kind of on the fence right now and don't really know what businesses you want to start. Shopify dropshipping is going to be the best one to start off with in the beginning because of the low startup. If you wanted to start a brick and mortar store downstairs, like any one of these stores, if you wanted to start a store right there on this block, how much do you think you'll be paying? out of your pocket. You'll probably be paying no less, and this is in the city, so you'll probably be paying no less than millions of dollars just to start your business. But guess what? Online, you could do that for free. And you won't just have to be limited to opening for 20 or for a few hours a week. You can open 24 hours a day and have people shop with you online. All right, so that's just a little bit of inspo I wanted to share with y'all on this beautiful day out here, man. Again, if you haven't already, please like the video. All right, share this with somebody who wants to get started in business, or who needs inspiration on the online business that they need to start. And of course, if you need that step-by-step guidance, Ecom Bootcamp 2.0, the link is in the description. Go and you can personally get mentored by me and see how I have over 1,000 students in Ecom Bootcamp making sales daily. Okay, and a Facebook group that you can join. Link is in the description if you're interested in that. Again, comment down below Money Mafia if you want a chance to enter the giveaway so that you can get access to this boot camp absolutely free. You know, it's all love, man. You know, I want to see more people see the best version of themselves, and you're only going to be able to do that if you take risks. And if you take, you know, your future you is going to thank you. Your future you is happy for you right now, because they know that you're getting closer to being them. So it's there, you just got to take it. All right, like I said, I just wanted to drop this real quick for y'all. If there's any other videos y'all want to see, man, I really do pay attention to the comments if you haven't noticed, okay? So go ahead and comment that down below. And be sure to follow me on Instagram, okay? I'm going to post my Instagram link right here. It's @MoSoLegit with 2 T's. Shoot me a DM. I'll get to you. But, of course, comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Please, can I ask you a favor? Please share this video, all right? I want you to share this video with one other person who is thinking about what businesses to start right now. Send this to a potential business partner that you might want to work with, right? Send this to anybody who needs inspiration, and that somebody you want to see the best version of them in the future, so that y'all can eat together. All right, go ahead and share this video, man. It's nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? If you got some value out of it, hit the like button. If you don't like, you know, what I was saying, hit the dislike. Let me know what's going on. Either way, make sure you give me some feedback. I'll link some other videos for you right here to check out. It's your man Mohamed Camara, man. Do your thing, bro. Look, just jump down, take the leap, and build your wings on the way down. You won't be upset with it. All right, until the next video, I'll catch you on the other side. You already know what it is. Money Mafia. Let's go.